Hi, I'm Adriana Baranek, CEO of Miadra Group. You're watching our UseWise channel, and here with me is Mladen Baranek, our
Hi.
CTO. So today, topic is Google Drive and OneDrive versus your good old hard drive. And just spoiler alert, this topic is not so much as going into differences between Google Drive and OneDrive, but it is really about how the new world compares to the old world as regards the storage. And why Google Drive and OneDrive will always be a better choice. If you watch some of our videos, you already know which side we stand on. And I would like for Mladen to give us the basic overview of how those two things compare, how those two worlds compare.
So Google Drive brought collaboration and security capabilities, and Microsoft OneDrive followed. So people were using their regular hard disks, or then there was this network attached storage devices, file servers, but most of that technology was geared towards single person use, and it was quite awkward for sharing with different people and different devices. Security was not really available to users. So you had issues with backup, archiving. You had issues with granting access rights to documents, and all that is solved if you start using Google Drive or OneDrive. So basically, cloud drives are object storage services where you can also have a number of additional applications supported through APIs and through a user interface, like working with sheets, working with documents, working with presentations with number of people simultaneously. So the major difference is that with Google Drive and OneDrive, you'll get security, you'll get archiving. So basically, all changes will be stored as versions, and you'll be able to roll back in time. So that's very important in case of infection by viruses or crypto lockers and stuff like that. And you'll get basically uh, as much storage as you need, and ability to share your documents and your data very granularly. So if you think of your old hard drive, it becomes kind of a cache device. So it is possible for security reasons to prevent cloud drives from storing data on your local hard drive. So in that case, if you lose your notebook, or if someone stole your device where you are accessing the data in cloud drive, that data will not be stored locally, but you can also enable local storage, and you can have cloud drive, some part of data from cloud drive stored on your local hard drive for offline usage. So that is one area where people get confused. So even if you have Google Sheets in Google Drive, you can store it locally and work on it offline, as well as on other documents. And when you connect to the internet, it'll be synced, and there will be a new version in Google Drive, so all your collaborators will get that new information that you entered while you were offline. Um,
Yeah, one thing that we often see when we talk to our prospective customers, people often mistake the fact that they can hold their hard drive in their hands, so to say, that it is theirs. They consider it more secure than having this information somewhere in the cloud. But in fact, just the opposite is true. Where does the security of Google Drive and OneDrive begin? It really begins with authentication. It begins with the two-step verification.
Yeah, so
From your point of view,
it would be like
yeah.
with the bank. If you
Yeah.
have cash with yourself and you are in bad neighborhood, of course, you'll be much safer if you have your cash in the bank and you can go and withdraw your cash when it's needed. Of course, if you have it with yourself, someone can mug you, and then that's end of the story. The same, so similar situation is with security for your data. So first of all, you have problem of redundancy backup and stuff like that you have to sort out if you are using your local storage. And even if you invest in that, then you have a problem of granting other people access to your data. So most of local area network technologies, Active Directory and that kind of stuff was done before the internet was really a thing, and they are not suited for granting access to people on mobile devices, on notebooks, for teleworkers and stuff like that. So you'll have a lot of issues how to organize that, and nowadays it's kind of a mandatory that you use multi-factor authentication. So if you are still using only username and password, you are most probably in a category that can be relatively easy to hack. So if you have valuable data, or if someone has interest to get to your data, if you are relying only on username and password, that will most probably be quite a big risk. It's quite a big risk even now, and in the future it will be even more riskier. So if you are using cloud services, your data will be protected through their identity management, and of course they have multi-factor authentication, but you'll be presented with number of challenges even if you do not enable multi-factor authentication. So both Google and Microsoft will recognize that something strange is going on with access to your data, and will ask additional questions to grant access if such suspicious activities are detected. But as always, it is better to activate multi-factor authentication and have either so the best way is to have a security key, or to use your mobile phone to additionally authenticate access to your cloud drives.
So this is the end of the first part of the video. We will be coming back with more soon. Bye.
Bye.